It's a sea of humanity here at Prayagraj. We are at the Trivedi Sangam, and with me is Amitabh Kant, India's G20 Sherpa and former CEO of the Niti Aayog. Sir, welcome on India Today. You've taken a dip. What was your emotion and that emotion that you see as you see crores of Bharatvasis taking a dip right now?
So Gaurav, I had a Ganga Snan and this is the planetary configuration. 6 planets all combining together with the sacred Ganges. This happens only once in 144 years. And that is why what you see here is this phenomenal energy, dynamism and vibrancy. I mean, you never see this in any other part of the world, what you see here. And therefore, when you have a Ganga Snan here, you get tremendous feeling of purification. It gives you a huge feeling of energy and it gives you a feeling of oneness to yourself. And that, I think, is totally unique, that rediscovery of yourself and the fact that you've been able to combine the celestial powers of the stars, this nectar of the sacred Ganges, and at the Sangam, where Yamuna, Ganga and Saraswati combine together to give you this feeling of complete and total oneness. You won't get this anywhere else in the world. Nowhere else will you get this feeling.
This is true. This is absolutely true. You have to be here to sense that energy. The people who come here, they face tremendous hardships coming here. And they want to give it all away just for one sacred dip. Are we, as a civilization, are Bharatvasis reconnecting with our roots now?
So I think, Gaurav, it's very important to understand that, for this Mahakumbh, there will be about 45 crore people coming here. That's close to about 450 million people coming here. The size and scale of this we must understand. It's bigger than the population of France, Italy, Germany, Portugal, Spain, all put together. That's the size and scale of what India has done. And what UP government has done here is to create a city to cater to this population. So you have about close to 250,000 tents, you have about 2,000 toilets, eco-friendly toilets, and you have excellently combine this with the power of technology. You're using artificial intelligence to really monitor the crowd here. So security is perfect. And you've used the power of digital payment for all transactions that are happening here. So the power of technology, the power of India's tradition has combined here together to create a very, very unique city. I mean, a city which will cater to 45 crore people with perfection during this period, so that people can have a great experience of purifying themselves, re-energizing themselves, and actually getting a great bath in the Ganges here.
So it's spirituality, and spirituality that actually combines with latest technology. Now, when you talk about creating a city, you've been a bureaucrat all your life. Sir, explain to us creating a tent city, which is more than the population of so many countries in Europe. How is a city being created, sir?
So it's quite unparalleled, in terms of the planning for it. And I would like to give credit to the Mela authorities here, because within a small radius, what the UP government does is to actually notify a complete city within the Prayagraj city. So the Mela CO is actually the district magistrate of this city, and he is in charge of the planning, of laying out different sectors, and every single sector is managed by different magistrates. And within under the magistrates are different authorities who are working. And you have close to about 20,000 Ganga Seva Dals who are assisting and supporting them in all these aspects. And that is why you see a huge level of cleanliness. You see, despite 45 crore people coming here for purification and for having a Ganga bath, the city is extremely clean, it's extremely tidy. And the reason for that is that you've combined the power of community with government. So it's not just government, it's the commitment of the people, it's the commitment of the community, it's the commitment of the security people, and it's a great combination of tradition, of cosmic stars, of the sacred Ganges, and of technology altogether. This huge combination and constellation of stars that never happens anywhere in any other part of the world.
And after 144 years, that something like this is happening, and something that's actually mentioned in our scriptures. Goswami Tulsidas in Ramcharitmanas mentions Lord Ram talking about Tirthraj, Prayagraj, and the spiritual significance of Tirthraj, Prayagraj as when he crossed the river Ganges. You were the Sherpa of G20. The world saw India come together, and the world come together in India for G20, and that showed India's rising stature as a strategic power. Does this show India's position as a spiritual power to the world? What does the world see?
So during G20, we were the only country which could navigate and bring G7, the global south, Russia, China, countries as diverse as Turkey, Saudi Arabia, all together to arrive at a consensus on all key issues confronting the world. But today, if you look at it, in terms of what's happening at Prayagraj, it's about really the great strength of our civilization. It's a great strength of our tradition. It's a great strength of our Sanatan Dharma. That, people are rediscovering themselves. People are discovering the strength of India, and people are truly believing from all over the world. It's not just about India. So you have people from all over the world coming here. You have astronauts saying that it's a very well-lit city, and actually it's from what they could see from the space, the NASA astronaut. And you had Coldplay coming down here. So many people coming down here. But I think the experience of it all, of having taken a dip in the Ganges during this period of Kumbh Mela, is a hugely, it's a spiritually invigorating experience. It's a very mentally rejuvenating, invigorating experience. And it's entirely a cultural rediscovery of oneself during this period.
So it may be physically very exhausting. Physically, we may be very tired, walking long hours and kilometers. Mentally, you're saying it's uplifting, and spiritually, it's like being reborn. What is that spiritual experience here?
It's culturally very rejuvenating, but it's spiritually very invigorating, because people come from, people have walked a long distance actually. People go through about 20-25 kilometers of walking with, their little bit of luggage on their head for the change, etc. And you see miles and miles of humanity. It's actually a sea of humanity coming and going, having their bath and going. I mean, it's unprecedented. It's unparalleled. It's unbelievable that there are millions and millions of people. Imagine on Amavasya Day, there'll be 11 crore people. One day, 11 crore people. Total 45 crore people coming during the Kumbh Mela period, with all the swamis, the akhadas all over, all feeding these people. So it can only happen in India. It can only happen with Sanatan Dharma. It can only happen with the fact that yesterday I was able to do Aarti. I was able to do a great Havan here. And more than that, I think every single person, he may be tired and exhausted, but once he's had a great snan here, the Ganga snan, he goes back totally invigorated, rejuvenated.
That's such a beautiful thought, and for joining me here on India Today, Mr. Amitabh Kant.
Thank you.
That is the feeling of being a part of this civilizational journey at the Mahakumbh. Once in 144 years, if possible, do come, take a dip at the Sangam here at Prayagraj.